Hey, we're back. I'm your host, Doug Taylor. Welcome to episode 2 of our second season at the Olympic Climate Report. I hope the new year finds you in good spirits, surrounded by loving family. And I'm back today with some thoughts to share. Ecotopia Rising, our dramatic featurette, and at the end of the show, an announcement about a special OCR activity coming up on January 27th that you don't want to miss. But first, something that's been weighing on my mind, as 2021 has at last wound down and finally perished. I'm reminded of all the good folks out there who need our helping hands. And where to give? And where does my help matter most, after all? I'm questioning my place in the great flow of events as this crisis evolves. And I need to rant about it for a minute. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't support these fine institutions who send out these email appeals every week or so. I'm sure they're doing good work on important issues. But how far does my reach really extend? How do I best leverage the force of my tiny hands against this great crisis? And are these quick and easy contributions really meaningful? Or are they just a sop to my conscience? And while I've been distracted, thinking about matters far away in the nation's capital, in Olympia, in the halls of power, privilege, and corruption, I suddenly woke to discover that my next-door neighbors, our next-door neighbors, are clinging to the very edge of North America in the path of climate disruption. A small and precious American tribe, the Quileute people, are at real risk of annihilation through climate change or sudden natural disaster. Now, not to denigrate anybody, but we know those good folks at these NGOs, at 350.org, at Greenpeace, at Sunrise, those good folks, they're doing okay. They, as regards their families, have the resources to meet their needs right now. They and their lives are not on ground zero of a climate catastrophe. But our neighbors, our red brothers and sisters, are sitting in a floodplain on the beach at ground zero of a subduction tsunami event. Why? How did they get themselves into this situation? Well, I'll tell you. As it happens, our immediate ancestors drove their immediate ancestors onto that little spit of ground, and they have clung in all the decades since with pride, reverence, and commitment to their deep bonds of tribe, of family, and home. At last they have been seated a little bit of high ground above their village of La Push, and today the tribe is engaged in a great effort to move their community to higher ground. The web address for this vital effort is simple and compelling. Move to higher ground. MTHG. So go to the Move to Higher Ground website. Take action. Reach out to our peninsula neighbors. Take that action now. The Quileute people aren't far away across the world in Ethiopia or on some distant Pacific islands. They're just up the road from you. A lovely spring drive up the coast. Would we ever have the heart to drive back up that coast if they were suddenly gone? I don't think I would. And don't just drop a few dollars in the crowd fund. Send your messages of support. Let them know you are their neighbor. You see them. You honor their place in our peninsula community, and we will be there with them until this thing is done. Because the most vital thing we can do for our families, our friends, and our neighbors in the future we now face is to make sure they know we are here and that we care. So let's do it. And now to our radio-style dramatic presentation, Ecotopia Rising. And now it's time for Chapter 2 of our ongoing story, Ecotopia Rising. Let's look in on Selena, who is discovering a new danger from outside, and we'll meet the Johnson brothers as they toil upon the Salish Sea to keep their customers satisfied and to keep one swell ahead of the Coast Guard patrols, the sharks of the Puget Sound.
Our place in history will not be denied as we follow the laws of God as set forth in our Holy Creed. God will reward us with dominion over the forces of the unholy. I, your sword, have spoken. Soon the flame will come to you, and she will dispel all doubt and lead us to overcome the dark forces arrayed against us. We will conquer all in the name of God and sweep the unholy into the...
Well, that is quite enough of that. Oh, where are you, Hank? You must be out there. MT8 ECO, MA8 CCH, MT8 ECO, MA8 CCH, come in.
Reading you loud and clear, young lady. Go ahead.
Hank, good to hear your voice. I've got a greeting for our boys at sea.
Ah, great. Send it on the QT while we chew the rag a bit.
Gotcha. What do you know about the Flaming Sword cult out in Boise? You're scary to listen to. Over.
You know it, girl. And they've been drawing support from up and down the Midlands. Even Colonel Horner's getting scared. Security forces are pushed to the limit over there. Over.
Well, at least they're east of the mountains.
Not so much anymore. They've got missionaries working Bellingham, setting up their truth centers. They are growing and they're getting bolder. Over.
Damn it! That's too close to home. There are Ecotopian villagers scattered all around the strait. Are they in danger? Over.
So far, the sword doesn't control shit west of the Cascades, but they're aiming to get to the coast. The colonel says they need a seaport to bring in heavy firepower. So, says he, security and protective is coming down hard on smugglers.
Uh-oh. You don't mean innocent private traders around the Sound, though. Surely Colonel Balderdash wouldn't object to a few brave souls keeping their customers satisfied.
Nope, I'm afraid he would object. In fact, I know he would object. He's hard-headed and determined to maintain order, and that means enforcing the rules. He's planning a joint op with Coast Guard to bottle up the sound and close down all the unlicensed trade. Getting it under control is all he can think of.
Colonel Barrelhead is a fool.
Maybe. But he is the fool between Ecotopia and the Army of the Flaming Sword, so you might want to remember that.
I guess.
So, how's Talltree doing? He hasn't been on the horn for days.
Oh, John? He's off on a mission.
A mission?
Yes, Hank. A secret mission. Over.
Oh, so then I guess you can't tell the Ridgeman what's up? Over?
Let us know when to expect the boys at sea to roll in. We'll have a candle in the window.
I'll send a 73 in the day. Keep that candle low. CG sharks are on the prowl out there.
Righto, Hank, my boy. Silent running. Have you got a weather bug? Over.
Yeah, I'll look great for the next 24. You'll be chill until mid-morning, tolerable all day. At 48 hours, you might want to sit tight in a nice, cool cave for a bit. No heavy weather before 2 days out.
Sounds like a beautiful day to be out in the fields and in the crops. Thanks, Hank. You are a friend. Over.
Betcha, girl. Friends for life. Hank out.
We'll return to our story in just a moment, but first, friends, have you been asking how you can help in this time of climate change? Are you worried about your children and their future? And do you want to be part of bringing local community action to the climate front? Then you need to sign up with OCA. Find us on the web at Olympic Climate Action. You won't see a donate button, but you will find opportunities to throw your hat into the ring for Mother Earth. Olympic Climate Action for the future of our community. And now, back to our story.
The Johnson brothers are sailing quietly across the Puget Sound, making for safe haven on Fidalgo Island. Ahoy, Ike. You awake down there?
What's up, Captain?
We had any word from the Ridge man?
I got him on the jungle drums, right at 2100 hours.
The weather bug looks good for tonight, but we'll be clouding up before noon. Doesn't look like a river coming over, just a few buckets of water and light winds. We're good if we can make Fidalgo Haven before nightfall tomorrow. Say, nice breeze up here. So, any business coming our way?
Oh, yeah, good news. Ecotopia 1 is asking for solar sail and steel rods.
That means they're building a few special edition buggies for export. Those little buzzers can travel. Wish I had one. Yeah. Anyhow, we got plenty of sail and storage at the Haven. What have they got to offer for them? Quality hemp, cleaned and baled. All we can carry and more, I guess. Great. We can trade that for finished rope at the Hadlock Bayou. The boatworks on the BC shore always want quality hemp rope. It'll be enough to turn a profit, plus get our poor little Nina mended. She's starting to take on water after we ran aground in that nasty fog last week. I can keep her afloat, but budget in that repair work or our fleet will be down a third in strength for our next run. Gotcha, bro. Keep her in the water. We need to haul all the hemp we can carry from Ecotopia to Hadlock Cove.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, we gotta get the run finished before 6 weeks out. Why 6 weeks?
Cascade pounded a little brass. It's in code. It comes out to the CHCP. Smug up. And a date. 6 weeks from today. So, what does it mean? It ain't code. It's just short. It means Colonel Horner and Coastal Patrol will be launching a crackdown on us poor traders, innocent smugglers. Or maybe he means they're being smug about the operation. Anyway, it's on that date. No problemo, though, bro. We leave our little Nina in dry dock on the Canadian side, duck out onto the marsh for a spell. We'll be sipping a home brew over catfish and poi, while old hard case is running his ass off, chasing swamp gas.
Shit, if we got plenty of time, then we'll put in the Hadlock Dock. Does that mean we got a few days on the bayou for R&R? A vacay in Little New Orleans would top off a great run.
At least a couple of days, maybe more. Depends on the weather gods.
The seafood, the jazz band, little friendly company, a cold, windy night. The blues.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going below to dream the night away. Life is beautiful for the boys on the sea. The boys on the sea. Hey, ahoy! Ike! Go ahead and cut the motor. I'm gonna douse the running lights. There once was an Indian maid, a shy little prairie maid. She sang away a love song gay, as out on the prairie she whiled away the day. She loved a warrior bold, this shy little maid of old. Brave and gay, he rode one day to a battle far away. Now the moon shines tonight on pretty red wings. The breeze is sighing, the night bird's crying. Far beneath the stars her love lies sleeping, while red wings weeping her heart away. She watched for him night and day, and kept all the campfires bright. Each night she would lie under the sky and dream of his coming by and by. When all the braves returned, the heart of Redwing yearned. Far, far away, her warrior gay fell bravely in the fray. Now the moon shines tonight on pretty Redwing. The breeze is sighing, the night bird's crying. Far beneath the stars her love lies sleeping, while red wings weeping her heart away. Join us for an Olympic Climate Action special event. If you've been thinking about electric vehicles but have questions or just want to learn more, join Olympic Climate Action member Tony Bellera for a virtual program on EVs on January 27th, 2022 from 6:30 to 8 p.m. via Zoom. The presentation will last less than an hour, leaving time for plenty of Q&A. To register, go to the Olympic Climate Action website at oliclimate.org.